Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hi, my name is Gbemi Abiola, welcome. So today I have a really exciting video for you guys, and that is this thing right here. I'm going to be reviewing for you guys the Melt Cosmetics Mary Jane collection, as well as showing you swatches and demoing it out on my face for y'all today. So if you're interested, please keep on watching, and if you are not, please stop right here. It's all worth your time and effort. Alright guys, so here is the brand new Mary Jane collection. Opening it up. So you have the palette, you have the glitter pots, you have a pipe, and then also in here, in the bottom, you have a accessory tray. It's a rolling tray. This also came in the box as well, so it gives you everything that's in the box. This is the PR box out of the way, as well as application tips for the glitter pots. And then on the front is an amazing campaign shoot with Laura and Dana, shot by Jordan Liberty, and I think he might have done their makeup as well, but amazing makeup artist and photographer. So this is not Melt's first time doing a 420 inspired collection. They have been doing one every year since 2018. So the first collection that they came out with that was 420 inspired was the Hot Box collection, which it had the Haze stack, which is this stack right here. Also came out with some eyeliners, some lip liners, as well as some lipsticks. After that was the Smoke Sessions collection, which had 4 lipsticks, had pipes, grinders, and then this palette, which is a Smoke Sessions palette, one of my favorite Melt palettes. So last year's collection was the 420 collection. So it was this palette as well as 2 gel liners in Spliff, which was a dark brown, and Wallflower, which was an olive green, as well as a specialized pipe in the stash box. I still have my stash box. It's sitting over that way. If you're interested in checking out that 420 video, I will link it in the eye up here, as well as in the description bar below, if you're interested in seeing this palette and what it was about, color scheme, swatches, all of that. The Mary Jane collection, like I said, is this year's 420 inspired collection. Every year has a different theme, like I've showed you. This year it's all about the different kinds of smoke. Melt describes this as a smoke show covered in crystals and truly top shelf. It's inspired by the dense tones found in smoke and the luster of crystal-coated buds. She is elevating your classic smoky eye with gunmetal and hazy crystalline hues. Intensify the high with our new glitter pots, which are brand new products to Melt. An all new category of sensational glitters in multi-dimensional metallized hues that amplify your look. No special primer required. The collection comes with a pipe as well as a Melt accessory tray. I picked this up last week Friday during the Melt Secret Sale. Collection in total cost $125 for the box. The individual pieces will go on sale this coming Friday, April 9th. It will go on sale April 9th at I think 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Total cost, if you were to buy each individual piece together, would be $150. So if you do buy the PR set, you will be saving $15. The palette is $58. The glitter pots are $19 each, which are standard pricing with their gel liners that they have. The tray is, let me see how much the tray is. The tray is $19, and if you are interested in getting one of Melt's collectible pipes, those are $16. I will not be using my pipe since, like I always say, I do not smoke. Now that I've given you all the information that you need to know, let's get into the tutorial part. Okay guys, so I've zoomed you into my face. I kind of know what the look I want to go for. I kind of want to do a different version of the look that I did in the Naked Wild West palette. It's a little bit darker, a little bit grungier, and incorporate the glitter pots somehow and the spike and some spikes that I have lying around. So I'm gonna start off using the 1987 pencil liner. It's the all day pencil liner from Melt. I'm gonna start by running that on my lash line. I'm also gonna wing it out a little bit. And I'm gonna smudge that out. I'm not necessarily being neat with this because it's just gonna get covered with eyeshadow anyway, but you know. So now I'm gonna tap into this light medium brown matte called Mari, and I'm just gonna put that in my socket. I'm gonna start creating a bit of depth. Add some structure in. I'm gonna go into this kind of like deeper neutral / cool matte. This shade is called Rubia. Just gonna deepen. I'm gonna deepen that socket even further. To create some depth. Next, I'm gonna go into this shade called Sensimilla right here. And I'm just gonna start packing that dark brown over that liner that I put down. I'm just gonna start packing it and winging it out. And then I'm gonna take it a little bit into my crease as well. I'm just taking Sensimilla and then I'm just gonna start buffing it right here in my orbital bone and just kind of buff it into my brow a little bit like that. Take a little bit down the bridge of my nose. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of Rubia and then just kind of blend the edges out of Sensimilla. For the middle of my lid, I'm gonna take this shade called Santa Maria. Just gonna plop that right here. So for the inner part of my lid, I'm gonna take this shade right here. This is called Bow. I'm gonna take that and then just plop that right here. And feather it into Santa Maria. I'm gonna go back into Sensimilla and then redefine my lash line. Going back into 1987 pencil liner, I'm just gonna run that in my lash line. And now I'm just gonna run Sensimilla on my lower lash line. And I was thinking about just really just like blowing this lower lash line out, so that's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna mix Rubia and Mari and then just buff that on the outer edge of that. Just just to diffuse that edge. So now we're gonna get into the glitters. There are 3 glitters. So we have this first shade is called Pothead, which is like this really beautiful silver. Then we have Burnout, which is this beautiful rose gold, if it will focus, beautiful rose gold glitter. This is like the perfect shade of rose gold. Some are usually too like orange of a rose gold glitter, some are usually too like almost silvery, but this is like perfect. We have Hybrid, which I can see has like some gunmetal, some rose gold, silver, green, a little bit of blue in there. So you guys can see if this will focus. So that's what Hybrid looks like. So I really want to incorporate Hybrid and Burnout in this look. So I'm going to start off with Hybrid. This is a self-setting multi-use glitter. You can use them on your face, your body, your hair. I've seen Shell from Melt use them on her nails. They self-set. So yeah, you could use them in your eyes, but use them on your own at your own risk. A little bit of Hybrid. I'm gonna tap that over Santa Maria, and I'm just gonna do a sheer layer of this glitter. Tap that right there. Spread it out. Then I'm gonna take Burnout, which is a rose gold, and I'm gonna tap that right on top of where we put Bow down. Feather it into Hybrid. To highlight the very, very inner part of my eye, like right in here, I'm gonna be using this shade right here called Gary, and the namesake of this palette, Mary Jane. I'm gonna mix the 2 of those together and then just plop that right here. So for mascara, I'm gonna be using the Melt Supernatural Lash Mascara. This came out in the Beetlejuice collection and should be returning soon. For my lashes, I am using my Allure by AV lash in Sovereign. Favorite lashes ever. And then finishing up the look for lips, I'm going to be using 2 Melt lip products. I'm going to be using the All Day Everyday Eyeliner in Lamia. So lip line. Then for lipstick, I'm using Cherried Ultra Matte Lip. So now we're gonna move into the comparison swatches of the palette to other Melt eyeshadows. I've been hearing that people have been thinking it's going to replace Gunmetal. It does have the Gunmetal tones. I'm not sure if it will or if Melt is coming out with another Gunmetal palette. I don't think it would be necessary for them to revamp Gunmetal in its own palette, but here we go for the swatches. I will throw up full swatches of the palette here, right here on the screen. Y'all know I hate doing live swatches because they're mad annoying and getting into focus, and you know. I'm gonna go into comparison swatches. So the first 2 I'm going to compare are Hearthstone White and Kali. These are very, very close. Kali and Hearthstone White, so close. Kali is more chunkier in formulations, a little bit more chunky. Hearthstone White is smooth. Hearthstone White, by the way, is in the Gunmetal stack, but the colors are very, 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 very similar. Hearthstone White is just a teeny bit more gold. So next up we have Mari Hash from 420, which was last year's collection, and the light medium contour from the Sculpt stack, the powder Sculpt stack. Mari is more like olive-y, while Hash is kind of like more of like a true neutral brown. The light medium contour is just way cooler, but it's very, very close anyways between Mari and Hash. Next up, we have Bow and CEO from the Impulsive stack. These are close too. However, Bow is more on the taupe side. It looks rose gold in the pan, but it's more on the taupey rose gold side versus this, which is more of kind of like a burgundy based rose gold for CEO, but they're really close. However, no dupes. Next up we have Rubia medium dark contour and Assimilate from the Gunmetal stack. Rubia and medium dark contour are very, very close. Dark contour is maybe like a half shade to a shade a little bit deeper than that. Assimilate is lighter than Rubia and more taupey gray, purple color. Next up we have all the gunmetal-y shimmer shades. So we have Santa Maria Industrial from the Gunmetal stack, Bamba Drunk Text from the Impulsive palette, and Gunmetal. So the difference between Santa Maria and Industrial, they basically, I was eyeball to my skin when I was trying to figure out which one was which. I was eyeballs to my skin. They're really close. Like, they're basically the same shade. Industrial is just a smidge more purple, but if anybody else was looking at it, you would think that they were the same. Bamba versus Drunk Text. Bamba is like a deeper version of Drunk Text. It's more of like a neutral gunmetal steel color. Drunk Text is kind of like warmer and a bit more like taupey of a gunmetal color, and then the actual color Gunmetal is more of a blue steel kind of gunmetal. So in terms of dupe, Santa Maria and Industrial, they're basically almost dead on dupes. Next up we have Sensmilla Chocolate and the OG Rot from the Rust stack. Sensmilla and Chocolate, no dupes whatsoever. Chocolate kind of has like a slight oliviness to it. The original Rot is like a deep dark brown, but it's more neutral to me versus cool, while Sensmilla is darker than Raw OG and is a lot cooler. I'll try to pull out the other dark browns from the palettes. I also swatched those two. No dupes. A lot of them were way warmer than these three. Next up, we have Sweet Lucy versus Black Widow from the Smoke Sessions palette, which was the late 2018-2019 420 based collection. No dupes here, and I was very surprised. I thought they would be very, very similar, but they're not. Black Widow is more green. It's definitely more of like an olive green, while Sweet Lucy is more of that traditional antique gold colors. Next we have Gaspar, Roll It, and Dank, which are from the 420 collection from last year, and then Sour Diesel from the Smoke Sessions palette. No dupes across the board. Gaspar is a very unique shade. I swatched it out compared to all the other like olivey or green shades in my Melt collection. No dupe. It's like the perfect olive brown color. Like it just does not exist within Melt. So it's that very, very unique color. Roll It is like an olive dark brown. Dank is like your traditional like mustardy olive color, and Sour Diesel leans more green. Last but not least, we have Mary Jane, so the namesake of the palette, versus Poppin' Bottles from the Impulsive palette. No dupes here. They look very similar. You can probably get the same vibe from the both of them, but no dupes. Mary Jane is more of like an light gold with a slight olive green undertone, and then Poppin' Bottles has that light olive green undertone to that light gold, but it also shifts pink, so you could get the same vibe but not quite. If you're going for more duochrome, Poppin' Bottles is that, but however, across the board, no dupes. So I'm just gonna run over the prices for everything again. I think I also forgot to mention the palette and the glitter pots are cruelty-free and vegan. So for those who are concerned whether it's one, the other, or both, don't worry. Melt is usually cruelty-free and vegan. They usually will label things if they're not vegan, but Melt is always cruelty free. I'll run over the prices for things again. The palette is $58, which is standard with their 10-pan palettes. The glitter pots are $19, which are standard with their gel liners. The pipe is $16, as well as the accessory tray, that is $19. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. I had no problems blending out the eyeshadows. This look is very different from me. Will you be picking up the Mary Jane collection? It launches this Friday at April 8th at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Don't be late if you want to pick this up, because I know it's gonna sell like hotcakes, people. So yeah, let me know what you think of this look. Will you be picking the palette up, the collection up, etc.? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I'd really appreciate it if you could. Also, don't forget to follow me on my social media. My Instagram and Twitter are at Gbemi Abiola. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful day wherever you are, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.